How you doing, YouTube? Today we're back with a brand new video. So this video is the one I've been speaking about the last few videos, and we're actually installing some insulated plasterboard on these two rooms in this living room. I've actually two other rooms that I'm doing at the same time. I'm just going to film the one because it's too hard to move the camera about. So this is 37.5mm overall. And I think the insulation is like 27 maybe, something like that anyway. So this is what I call a warm wall system. There's a few different ways that we fit this. So the first way we'll do it is just mechanical fixing to the wall, which you see us doing here. And then we'll also do it a few other ways. We will stick with non-expanding foam, and then mechanical fix. We'll dot and dab, and then we'll also build a wood frame or a metal frame, gyp frame, we call it here. But yeah, so what kind of system we use depends on sort of what conditions we have on the walls. These walls were dry. They have a cavity. So we've opted to just fix them mechanically to the wall. The client basically just wanted a little bit more insulation. And you can see here that we'll actually fit these the same way we fitted the plaster, just standard plasterboard on the last video that I done fitting plasterboard. All we do is we'll drill 6 either side and then put 2 in the center of these hammer in fixings. We do this because that's what building regulations ask for. As a minimum of 9, so that's what we do. And as you can see, we're basically just fitting them. You can see there's some like cornicing at the top, and although it looks like it's old cornicing, it's actually not. This was new, and the client actually paid someone to come and put proper moulded cornicing on a few years back. So you can see here, just continuing to do hammer in the fixings. You'll see too, when we're doing walls that have sockets on, what I'll do usually is I'll measure from the top of the box in the socket, from there till the ceiling or wherever the highest point of the board is, and I'll cut that board to size, and I'll actually set it on. I'll set it on and fix it to the wall, and then when I come to do the bit to fit the bit underneath, I'll actually cut the shape out of the box of them, the shape of the box out of them. It's really easy to do. If you're enjoying the video, or any of the other videos that we've put out recently, you can go ahead and support me. There's a few ways you can do that. You can go to the link to my Patreon. You get exclusive content there. It's like a monthly fee, or you can click. I have Amazon affiliate links there, till tools that I use on a day-to-day basis. You can go and click on the link. If you buy the tool, I get a percentage. If you don't buy the tool, you go on just to buy something else, I get a percentage of that, as long as you do it just after clicking the link. Yeah, so you can see here with a bit of a fireplace. Now there is a surround going back in front of this fire. Realistically, I would have liked to do this a little bit differently, because you're obviously leaving a gap between the surround and the surround and the plasterboard. But the client was happy enough for it to be done this way, and they're going to rectify the fireplace themselves. So that's handy. So we've got this wall fixed, and we're going to change our attention to this other one. We actually cut this board outside using a circular saw. We measure and cut outside. We have dust masks, stuff like that there. So we'll measure, we'll cut, and then we'll just bring them in and fix them. As you can see, when I do this stuff around windows, what I like to do is I'll cut either side of the window out of a board, and I'll make sure that it's flush with the it's sort of plumb on the window edge, and then it means because you can't put the insulated board on the inside of the window reveal, because it takes away too much space, and you leave basically no weight of the window, so what we do is we put some spray foam on the back of a board, and then we fix that board to the reveal, and then the foam sort of expands in behind, fills the gaps, and sort of works similar to the insulation. Obviously not as good, but it does add a little bit of protection for your window or your window reveal. It's really handy to do this system, especially when you're doing other so if you're doing like damp work and stuff, like this can be you can put a membrane on the wall, and you can dab this insulated board to it, which obviously improves the thermal in the room, but also obviously then you're dealing with your damp. If the wall's really bad, a lot of the time what we'll do is we'll build gyp frame in front of the wall, about a half inch off the wall. We'll build the gyp frame, and then we'll fix this to the gyp frame, and it means that your new wall isn't touching your old wall, and then you have a cavity between your new wall and your old wall to let it breathe. That's a really good system to use, but you can also, as I said earlier, use lath or some sort of wood. You use concrete screws. You fix that to the wall with some DPC stapled onto the back of the wood, and then you screw the boards to the wood. Now that is something you can do, but it's not recommended. That would sort of be like the cheapest option that I would offer, and a lot of the time I find it's like landlords and stuff choose that option because it maybe lasts 10-15 years. It hides the damp and doesn't obviously cure it, but it hides the damp, and it makes them happy for a while, basically. So what we're doing here is we're just doing all the offcuts now. So we'll put all the big bits of board on that we can, and we'll leave all the cuttings till the very end. And that's what you can see me here. I'm just getting all the cuttings sorted. We actually run out of the fixings at this point, so what we're doing is we're just cutting them and setting them in place. We're not actually hammering them on, but we will do after. You can see here I'm actually cutting the box out of the board. I'm measuring the size of the box from the wall, and then I just cut the shape of the box out. You'll see here with a saw. I'll cut both sides, and then I'll cut the centre, which will make the shape of the box, and then we'll fasten that to the wall. You can see there the client just brought us a little cup of coffee, which was nice. So next what we're going to do is we're going to fit the board to the reveals, the head and the sill. always when I'm doing this, I will always do sills, head and reveals, unless the client specifically asks for the sill not to be done. But they're also told that the old sill needs to be removed because it's obviously in the way. So you can see here I've actually put the spray foam on the back of this board already, and we're just using fixings. They're the same kind of fixings, they're just smaller. These would be 2-inch, and the fixings that we were using for the big bits of board were I think 4 or 5. So you see there I've put the foam on the back, and then we'll fix this, and it leaves a bit of a gap where the foam expands into. And yeah, it's I found this is the best way to do the window reveals. It means that you can leave a decent bit of the reveal of the windows still visible. Because you imagine if we were to try to put board here, you would completely lose all of the window basically. So a lot of the time what you can do is if you're going to do this, you can prop if you don't want to use any of the fixings, or when you're fixing until the head, if it's a really hard concrete lintel, you can use props. So you prop the top and the bottom, and that's a good way to do it. But I prefer to fix it if I can, and this head wasn't very the concrete wasn't very hard, so we actually just fixed it to the head. So part 2 of this video is going to be coming on Sunday. It'll be me plastering these walls. Yeah, so if you have any comments, anything at all you want answered between now and then, I'll be skimming this job tomorrow, and the video will be up on Sunday. So if you want to ask me any questions about this, stick them in the comments ASAP, and I'll hopefully answer any questions on the next video. Yeah, so if you've enjoyed the video, guys, hit the thumbs up button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. We have, at the minute, we're getting out 2 videos every week. Planning on actually putting in a little bit more. We're going to try to incorporate some other stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.